Hey everybody, this is Philly off and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft on the Just Vanilla server. Today we're off to spawn because we've got a couple of things we need to do before we get stuck into today's episode. First one is to restock my shop because I've been told today that we're out of sea lanterns, so business must be booming over there. So I'm going to go over and replenish my stall. Still haven't got round to building my shop yet, but we will get into that later. But for today, we're going to replenish my stall, and I'm also going to stick my name down for Secret Santa, because it was only last episode I was talking about having a Secret Santa, or whether or not we were going to be doing a Secret Santa, and it turns out that we are. So I've got to go to the inn over at spawn and stick my name down. So that's where we'll go now. So I've made my way over to spawn. I thought we'd do a bit of a flyby, which I've not done for a while, if ever. So we've got Yahtzee's clock tower, and we've got the I believe that's the building for staff, and we've got the seasonal pumpkin area and whatever that is down there, and we've got a windmill, fantastic windmill, and I believe this is the new inn. We had an inn competition a while ago, and I'm sorry, I don't know who won it. I voted for PR actually. But this is a nice enough looking building, I suppose, isn't it? I guess. Nice enough, nothing wrong with that. And a bridge over here. Does this just leads out in the middle of nowhere? Yeah, leads out to the wild. And then something with smoke coming out of it. I can't believe I've used all my rockets just mooching around, and that's the public farm down there. That's where you can go to get some food and whatnot when you come onto the server for the first time if you're a little bit peckish. So yeah, nice enough. Right, so what's the dealio here then? I've just got to stick my name down on this somewhere, I guess. We'll lob it down here. I want to participate in Secret Santa. For no good reason other than it sounds like a bit of fun. Although I'm actually quite pants at Secret Santas. So, you know, heaven help whoever I get. Because, yeah, heaven help whoever I get. Because I'm going to get you the worst gift ever. And I apologise in advance. But that's just the way it is, I'm afraid. That's just the way it is. Some things will never change. Right, let's get over to the stall and see how many diamonds I have. Bound to be thousands and millions, maybe even billions. I've been away for a while, you know. Brilliant. So we have got no sea lanterns and a stack and a half of beautiful, beautiful diamonds. Very good. Let's fill this back up again then. Thank you everybody for your patronage. My backup sea lanterns in here. This is what is left from the tunnel. The stuff I donated for the tunnels. So this is what's left. Which is not bad, sort of four shulkers or something, and I get a few back, so that's not too bad. Stale, still on. Sale, still on. Nobody wants my dark prismarine. A couple of people wanted my ink, that's good. Oh, that's gone. Oh, I never thought to bring any of that. Oh, yeah, cooked fish. People have had some cooked fish away, thank you for that. Fabulous. Roll up, stall. A4. Sea lanterns back in stock. Get them while they're hot. Right, today we're going to start quite a big project, and it's a project in the Nether. What I want to do is build myself a gold farm. Now, I've been umming and ahhing about gold farms now for a while. Should I build an overworld one? Should I build a Nether one? What are the pros and cons of each? Are we likely to... Are my spawns likely to be affected by other players on the server? The answer is probably yes. Will it be affected more if I'm in the Nether? Again, probably yes. However, I don't have 3,000 blocks of obsidian, and if I'm being brutally honest, I can't be asked to go and get them. So I won't be going to get 3,000 blocks of obsidian. What I will do, though, is get myself some hoppers, I'll get myself some furnaces made, and get myself into the Nether, and I'm going to harvest a load of netherrack, turn it into nether bricks, nether brick blocks, nether blocks, nether bricks. Anyway, when you smelt netherrack, you get nether bricks, I think. I don't know what they're called. I'll have a look. And we'll turn those into nether brick or nether brick slabs. And I'm going to make the gold farm out of probably red glass and nether brick. Oh man, there's me talking. Did anybody see my... I bet you were all shouting, weren't you? Rose, where are you going? Straight past the edge of my portal, because I was talking. I can't do two things at once. I'm amazed I can walk and breathe at the same time, if I'm being honest. So I'll make it out of nether brick slabs and glass, red glass, and it's going to be quite big. Because there's no point in having a tiny little gold farm, is there? Really, it's gonna have to be quite big, and because of the mechanics in it and everything, it's you've got to stand 24 blocks away for the geezers to spawn anyway. So my AFK spot is going to be at least 24 blocks away, inside a ring, inside a massive ring of nether bricks, nether brick slab. That's right, isn't it? Nether brick slabs. So that, yeah, I'm talking again, I'm waffling. So yeah, I'm going to grab myself some furnaces and I'm going to get them into the Nether so I can get some buckets of lava on the go, and then I'm going to start smelting some of this stuff and turning it into nether brick bricks and ultimately nether brick slabs. I've been a busy bunny, I have. I was going to build myself a furnace array in the Nether and fill it with lava buckets to get me loads and loads of this netherrack brick stuff, and then I realised I've got a perfectly good furnace array up here on my island, so why don't I use that? So, well, I am. I've been through and I've taken out all of the sticks that were in there. Didn't want to waste my sticks, and I've been into the Nether, crafted myself up 32 buckets. Actually, I've probably got a few more because I've got some in a chest. So I've got myself up 32 buckets of lava, and I'm going to start throwing in some netherrack just to see how quick this will get through them. Really, each bucket of lava will smelt 100 items. Won't smelt them any quicker, but it obviously lasts a little bit longer. Now, because of the design, I can only throw in 5 bits at a time without it burning on this wood. I probably could put the fire out, couldn't I? And then I could just throw things on there. I think I'll do that. I wouldn't normally do it, but I'm going to put the fire out just for the time being because I don't want to lose this netherrack, if I'm being honest. And then I just need to throw all of my netherrack onto there. Now, providing that doesn't despawn, and I'm hoping it'll all be gone before it gets round to despawning, that'll all get taken around, distributed around all the furnaces, and it'll start giving me some netherrack. Ooh, I got all worried then. It'll start giving me some netherrack. Let's see what they're called, shall we? Nether brick. Look at it coming in. That's fantastic. Now, I believe one of those makes 1 brick, and then I don't know how many bricks you need to make a netherrack. Oh, it's just only 4. Oh, that's good then. Okay, I'm going to need, if I've added it up correctly, I'm going to need about 860 of these slabs to form one platform. So that's going to be quite a few, isn't it? I'll just keep lobbing them in. I mean, we never have too many bits of netherrack brick anyway. Got to be careful doing this. I don't throw my armour in or something. That'd just be stupid, wouldn't it, if I did? So that's why I had to put the fire out, otherwise that would just burn. You can only put 5 because of the way it works. I think you can put 10 in there, actually, because I've got 2 minecarts underneath, so I could probably get away with putting 10 in there, but I didn't want to burn it, didn't want to ruin it. Look at this stuff coming in. Phenomenal! Do-do-do-do-do. Phenomenal. Do-do-do-do. Look, I've got an audience and everything. So I'm going to stand here for a few minutes, and it won't take me long. Look at that, it's thundering and lightning. I just spoke to PR, and we've got a charged creeper farm. Miles away. Where would it be? Oh, it's over that way, isn't it? Over that way. Many, many miles over that way. And he loves it when it thunders and lightnings. Thunders and lightnings. Lightnings and thunder. When it's like this, because he's already got a charged creeper over there. Which is brilliant. Okay, so I'm just going to stand here for a few more minutes, get this sorted out, and then we'll craft up a few slabs and get ourselves back into the nether and figure out where we're going to put this monstrous contraption. Okay, that didn't take very long at all, actually. I'm quite pleased with my furnaces. They're fantastic. I've identified where I want the centre of the farm to be, and it's going to be within this chunk here. And this is going to be the centre point. Because I like working in odd numbers, it's not going to fit directly into one chunk. It's just going to overhang by one. But it just has to happen. That's the way it's got to be. So I'm going to build up here, and I need to be at least, ideally, 124 blocks away from the... you might be able to see them on the map, top right-hand corner. I need to be 124 blocks away from those bad boys. But to do that, that's going to take me very, very close to the build limit, 250, whatever the build limit is. I can't remember what it is now, 256 maybe, around that, I think. So I'll build up as far as I can using my prismarine, because I've got loads of it. As long as I get up to around about, I don't know, 240. If I can get up to 240, I'll be happy, because then the pigmen are spawning a little bit below bedrock, and bedrock is at 127. And the idea being, if I'm out of the 124, I can't remember numbers, they're terrible. 124, 127, 124. Anyway, if I'm outside of that particular range, then nothing, whatever spawns because of me will despawn instantly. Which is the whole reason for getting this high up. Now, this won't stop other players on the server that are in the nether from spawning mobs. So, if we get busy and people on the server start generating pigment somewhere else in the nether, then this farm is going to fall flat on its face. But we'll just have to hope we can get on when nobody else is on. Okay, so we'll call 250 the top of the farm. 250, yeah, I'm happy with 250. Now, what I'm going to do is we're going to have like 2 donuts. Well, there are going to be 3 donuts. There's going to be the top floor to stop ghasts from spawning, and Enderman at the top, which is going to be at level 251, whichever the one is above this. And then there are going to be 2 spawning floors for the pigmen underneath that at 3 block intervals, and then underneath that there's going to be, I'm going to fill the donut in with glass, and I'll explain that later. There's a valid reason for doing that, but my first port of call is to make sure I don't fall off initially, and then I need to build 25 blocks that way. I need to make sure this is right. 25. Oh, sorry, I think it's 24. Anyway, I'll count up and figure it out. But I've got to go. I've got to go out and start building the donut, and I wanted to do this on bottom half slabs, so nothing spawns up here while I'm up here and knocks me off, or gas don't spawn and that kind of thing. So I'm going to build a big donut, and then we'll have a shufty at it when I've done it. Right. So if my calculations are accurate and my building skills are accurate, this should take me right back onto the edge. Fabulous. The system works. Actually, I can't take all the credit. I use and I'll put a link to it actually in the description, because it is really, really useful. It's called Plots with a Z, and you put in the circumference. Is it the circumference? It is, isn't it? Yeah, circumference of the circle, or whatever. It doesn't even have to be a circle. You put in the size that you want it to be, and it'll tell you how to lay it out. It's really, really good. It helps me out no end. So anyway, that is the top, or the inside ring of the top of the of what's going to be the spawning pads. Yeah, that's the build limit, 256. So that's going to be the top of it. Now I've got to go back from each one of those. I was thinking of 10 blocks, but that's massive. That's going to take up a lot. That's going to take a lot of resources, isn't it? But the bigger the platform, the more zombie pigmen will spawn on it. And the idea is to get them aggroed at me, and then to continually spawn aggroed. And to do that, they need to spawn quickly, and there has to be a lot of them spawning. So I suppose I'm just going to have to bite the bullet and make it big. So I suppose I ought to start by making the floor. Oh God, I'm not looking forward to this. It's going to be fantastic when it's finished, but this is where I wish I'd got creative or flying or something. Look, fly. No, it's not going to do it. So I suppose I'll crack on with doing that. Then I've got to get rid of that. Drop them. Yeah, I'll crack on doing that, and then hopefully we can have a shufty when I've built a floor. Okay, so I've finally done the top, the roof of this structure, and I think I've done it wrong, but I can't figure out how. On that side, the inner circle is 11 blocks away from this end, but on this side it's 10 blocks, so somewhere I've lost a block, and I'm not sure where. And I've checked it, and I've checked it, and I checked it again, and I still can't find out where it is. 1, 2, and I tell you what, if you're ever going to build this, build it out of slabs that you can count, i.e. these ones, because nether brick slabs are impossible to count. Really difficult. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You see, we've got 10 here, and it should be 11. So somewhere around the edge, and I don't know how many times I'm going to check it before I give up and just say it's good enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 there. 10 and 10. I'm sure one of them was 11. Or was it 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we've got this one and this one are 11, that one and that one are 10. I'm going to assume I've dropped the ball somewhere and just take it on the chin. But this is fine. I mean, if you look at the my mini map at the top right hand corner, it looks pretty spectacular, actually. It's going to look great when we're down on the ground. Make sure I've got my lighter on. I've got my lighter on. We'll go down there now. But I don't have any rockets. No, I don't. But that's what it's going to look like. There are going to be another 2 more rings like that for the pigment to spawn on. And as I say, that's just the top one to stop ghasts and endermen spawning up there. But I had to come down anyway because I need to put some ladders going up there and get some more blocks. Yeah, so somewhere up there, one of those is... I'm not going to go on about it. Stop going on about it. That's what it's going to be. So I need to build another 2 of those rings. And this has taken me quite a while. I mean, we're talking a couple of hours. At least an hour and a half to do that. Perching on the top and crouching and placing blocks and everything. It's not easy. But anyway, that's the first one done. So 2 more to do, and then we can start on the bit in the middle, the fun bit. Okay, so I've done the top, that one. I've started doing this second layer, which is going to be the top spawning platform, I guess. I've only fallen off twice, so that's a result. I've not died yet, fortunately, and already we've got pigmen spawning on the platforms, which is good news to say that we haven't got 1,000,001 spawning spaces at the moment, and we're already starting to get pigmen. I was a little bit concerned that, although they should be able to spawn in a 2-wide gap, I was concerned that they might need an air gap above them, but it looks like they don't. Which has pleased me more than you can possibly imagine. So that's good news. So I guess I just wanted to bring you in and show you that. So I'm going to carry on now. This is going to take me forever. I'm going to carry on building the platforms. Okay, so I finally got the first platform completed, and we have 6, 8, 10, 12 people on the server, and I'm getting spawns on here, which is fantastic. It's not a massive amount. Well, I say it's not a massive amount. It's not bad. It could be better, but it's not bad for the amount of people we've got on the server. So down a couple of levels, and we'll go again. I think I'm going to leave it at 2 levels. Yeah, you look at that. I think I'm going to leave it at 2 levels to start with. I don't know how far these guys... They're sprouting up everywhere. Don't know how far these guys can fall or will jump off a block to land on a block below. If it's more than 2 blocks, it's got to be more than 2 blocks, isn't it? It's probably got to be 4 or 5. Maybe I'll do 3 levels then. Maybe I'll do 3 spawning platforms. Yeah, why not? Okay, so now, what seems like hours and hours later, I've managed to get the 3 spawning platforms in place, and they're all 10 deep, and they're all at least 24 blocks away from the centre, which is this is slightly offset for reasons explained later. That's the centre there where the cross is, so the centre is just a little bit further that way. But I finally got them in, and you know, last night when I was putting this up, I had got everything spawning in here. The floors were full of pigmen. I had magma cubes up here. You know, the only thing not knocking about were ghasts, and this is ghast proof, so that shouldn't happen. Anyway, but today I've logged back on again to finish it off, and there hardly anything spawning. And we don't have many people on the server today. So I'm kind of hoping that one of them's AFK somewhere in the Nether. But anyway, it seemed to work yesterday. The little trial went okay, so I'm happy with it. If I have to put in another floor, then I will do. It's easy enough done. It's just time consuming. I've got plenty of nether bricks and slabs, so that's easy enough to get. What I want to do now, though, is I want to put a floor on. I want to be able to get those guys off of those platforms and over here to eat me as quickly as possible. Now, in the past, I would have put a platform, something similar to that, from each pad. So there would have been one coming across from there, one across from there, one across from there, all the way into the centre. But that would have meant a pigman spawning there would have had to have run all the way along this platform, all the way down here to get to me. And, well, that just takes time, doesn't it? And as long as pigmen are over there, they're not going to be respawning. So I want to cover the entire floor here, this level, with glass. It's going to be red glass because, I don't know, for the sake of it being red, and red as a dye is easy enough to get hold of. So that's what I'm going to do. I've got myself a boatload of dye, Oh, by the way, I've only fallen off once. Fell off, absolutely frightened myself to death, but managed to deploy my elytra, which surprised me no end, because normally I'm very poor at that kind of thing. But anyway, I digress. So I'm going to mess it up and put just spam glass everywhere. Clearly, I'm going to put an entire floor on here of glass, which is just going to make them getting to me that much quicker. They can just run straight off the platform. Then I'm hoping that platform there is low enough for them to just jump off, and if it isn't, I'm going to have to put another rim of slabs around that level there for them to fall off onto first. But if I have to, then I have to. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to come up with some kind of killing mechanism in the middle where I stand on top of a too high platform of glass and they just run and fall into a load of minecarts. So anyway, let me get a load of glass down here to start with. Then we'll have a shufty at it in a second. Okay, so I've got the glass floor in, and we still don't have a million pigmen knocking about, but it'll do. It'll do for a quick test. What I want to do, I think we've come just about to the end. So what I want to do before I get stuck into putting up, there's going to be a floor underneath here that's got all of the chests on it, an enchanting room. It's going to have a portal on there. It's going to have furnaces. It's going to be a proper little self-contained floor underneath where all of the drops are going to go when these fellas decide to give me everything they've got, when they've fallen into the hoppers and everything, into the mine carts and everything. But I want to test this out first to see if it works. So what I'm going to do, I should be high enough on 2, maybe 3, just to give myself a bit of height so they can't get to me. I'm just going to, hopefully, by shooting one of them, I'm just going to see if this works and whether or not they'll fall off the top. If they don't fall off the top, then I'm going to have to, as I say, put something around the second one. But we'll see what happens. They do fall off the top. Fabulous. Hello, fellas. Now, they won't fall off the doors just yet because there's only one door there. I'm a bit concerned. They pigmen down the bottom have fallen on the ladder, so they're gonna be waiting for me when I get down the bottom. Maybe I should have made that door too wide. Maybe I'll do that later. But hopefully, once we've got a lot of these guys on here, they'll fall down. But as I say, the one door is just it's not quite wide enough. I should have gone too wide. But I think it's working. Yeah, seems to be working. Hopefully when I come back these guys aren't going to be too mad at me. Are you going to be mad at me? Are you going to be mad at me? What about you? Are you going to be mad at me? Oh, you might be now. Yeah, you might be now. And you? Look at me when I'm talking to you. Right in the face. So anyway, I'm going to work on this a little bit off camera then. But for today, I think that will do. So thank you very much for watching, everybody. It's been brilliant having you along. If you've enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to leave it a like. And if you've really loved it, don't forget to subscribe for future videos. This is Frillioth in the new gold farm. And I'm out of here.